Good evening. Thanks for joining us for Action News at 5. I'm Jake Taylor. Tonight, a man breaks into a local insurance agency. The owner fights back by shooting him. Will the owner face any charges? 2 Americans among the dead in one of the worst terrorist attacks since 9/11. People were targeted on Easter while at church. And who is performing at the State Fair this summer? We'll have the first 2 acts to be announced only here on KIMA.
The only Yakima news team taking action for you. KIMA Action News starts now.
A local business owner stopped a man from burglarizing his store this morning and used a gun to do it too. Reporter Trish McCauley joins us from the scene to tell us whether the man could face any charges.
This Farmers Insurance in downtown Yakima for a burglary in progress. They say the intruder was greeted by the business owner and a gun.
Police say they responded to shots fired at Farmers Insurance on North 2nd Street in Yakima shortly after 8:30 Monday morning. Police say the business owner shot 24-year-old Felipe Manuel Samano, who was inside the insurance business. The owner told police he warned the suspect before firing. Police say the bullets grazed Samano's face and arm, and he was taken to a local hospital. Yakima Police Lieutenant Chad Stevens says they are still investigating.
It was a burglary in progress where the owner confronted the suspect inside, and shots were fired at the suspect from the owner.
Police say the burglar is in custody and faces felony charges. The business owner will not be charged for the shooting. Reporting in Yakima, Trisha McCauley, Action News.
Okay, thank you very much for that update, Trisha. We had some great weather for the Easter weekend. Hope you got to enjoy it. Here's a live look outside right now at our tower cam. Will we see great weather ahead this week? Mike here with a first check of the forecast.
Another beautiful day here in the valley, and the nice weather continues for us heading into Tuesday. Let's take a look at those headlines. We're going to see a little bit of a change tomorrow. We have a little weak wave that's going to move to the north of us that will be enough to at least pick the winds up for us a little bit in the afternoon, especially in the Ellensburg area. But I think you're going to like what our Tuesday is shaping up temperature-wise to be, and the rest of the week looking pretty good too. I'll have all the details coming up in your full storm tracker forecast in just a few minutes.
Okay, thank you very much, Mike. This afternoon, 2 men were scheduled for arraignment on murder charges for a shooting that killed a Toppenish man this weekend, but the charges were dropped. Ryan Rogers joins us now in the studio. So, Ryan, what happened?
Well, this afternoon, Jake, the prosecutors decided to drop charges against the 3 men that are accused in the killing of a Toppenish man over the weekend. 20-year-old Trayvon Nason and 18-year-old Daniel Franco Zacharias were arrested and charged with murder, but this afternoon charges were dropped because prosecutors say there's not enough evidence at this time to pursue a case. Nason, Zacharias, and another teenage suspect were released from custody. According to police, 50-year-old Daniel Campos was shot and killed Friday night after an argument with suspects on the 100 block of North Beach Street. Witnesses say they heard the gunshots, they found Campos on the ground, and he died at the scene. Now, the DA's office can refile charges if new evidence is presented. Anyone with information on this case is asked to call the Toppenish Police Department. Jake?
All right, certainly they're looking for that evidence right now. Thank you very much, Ryan. Police have now identified the teenage boy who was killed yesterday in Yakima. Police say 16-year-old David Martinez was shot to death on Sligo Road. They say he was walking just before 2 a.m. with 2 other teens, boys and girls, when they were confronted by 2 armed men. A fight broke out. Martinez was shot several times and died at the scene. During the fight, one of the armed men who confronted Martinez, police say, was shot. The 19-year-old suspect is in critical condition at Harborview. Police say the second shooter is still at large. These 2 shootings are amongst, it seems, many over the past few weeks that have involved teens. There are now 5 shootings happening over the last few weeks involving kids being killed or kids pulling the trigger, most involving gangs, according to police. And now police are saying parents need to be much more involved with kids.
Youth are becoming involved in gangs at a younger and younger age. So the younger that there can be intervention and prevention efforts, the greater likelihood we will keep some of those kids on a better path.
City says it did recently implement a gang intervention program aimed towards kids as young as middle schoolers. We'll have more from police and the public's reaction to it in a live report tonight at 6. Police say a man was stabbed at the Sunshine Motel over this weekend. Police say 26-year-old Rocky James Fogler stabbed a man in the lower back Sunday morning. Witnesses say Fogler walked out of a room at the Sunshine Motel and stabbed the victim. Police say they aren't still sure why this happened. They traveled down the street to the AM/PM to call police. Fogler now being charged with first-degree assault. This morning, a one-car accident on US 97 near Toppenish killed a young woman and sent the driver of the car to the hospital. The accident occurred 1 o'clock this morning on LaRue Road. The driver, 25-year-old Uriel Vasquez Maldonado, was, police say, driving north in a 2019 Nissan Altima. When the car rolled off the road, he was taken to Virginia Mason Memorial Hospital in Yakima. The passenger, 24-year-old Tanea Vasquez of Othello, was pronounced dead at the scene. According to the Washington State Patrol, neither the driver nor the passenger was wearing a seatbelt, and they say they do believe drugs or alcohol were involved, and it's still under investigation. This past weekend, State Patrol emphasized patrol for marijuana DUI, but according to the troopers, there were no marijuana DUI arrests made in the Yakima Valley over the weekend. Saturday being April 20th, also known as 420, State Patrol wanted to crack down on possible pot DUI. State report released last year shows that from 2008 to 2016, fatal crashes where people tested positive just for marijuana was only 6%, but 44% of fatal crashes included people who tested positive for both pot and alcohol as well. After complaints about dropping them off in the middle of downtown Seattle, King County prisoners staying here at the Yakima County Jail will now be taken to a state office in Seattle. The inmates were staying in Yakima under a state contract, and upon completion of their sentence were returned to Seattle. Complaints were made because the prisoners were being dropped off underneath the Interstate 5 overpass. Previously, they were being dropped off at a local bus station, but people complained about that as well. The Yakima County Department of Corrections declined to be interviewed on camera, but did give us a statement and spoke to us. They say it's standard procedure to send released offenders outside the King County Jail. After a resolution made last week, they'll now be dropped off at the Seattle Community Justice Center. Again this year, we here at KIMA are thrilled to be able to be the station officially announcing the big acts coming to the fair. This year, there are some big names for you to be excited for.
Well, it might be me, but the way I see it,
the first Friday of the fair, September 20th, Josh Turner will be performing.
So baby, why don't we just dance?
The deep voice Nashville recording artist is a platinum-selling hit maker as well as one of the youngest members ever inducted into the Grand Ole Opry. The next day, the fair takes a turn into rap superstardom. Nelly will be appearing at the Central Washington State Fair Saturday, September 21st. He's a multi-platinum rap icon, music mogul, hitting the scene with huge hits like Hot in Here. Nelly has also crossed over to country with Florida Georgia Line and the mega song Cruise. Mark your calendars for the end of this week. Tickets for Josh Turner and Nelly go on sale this Friday, April 26th at 10 a.m. There are more big acts coming. We'll have another exclusive announcement here at KIMA next Monday. Know a student who's interested in journalism and could use some help paying for college? We want to help out. KIMA's parent company, Sinclair, offering the Broadcast Diversity Scholarship to students interested in a career in broadcast or digital journalism or marketing. It's up to $5,000 for students from underrepresented minority groups. The application deadline has been extended to April 28th, this coming Sunday. It's for students who are either from or are attending a four-year college or university here in Washington or in Oregon, Idaho, California, or Montana. The link to apply is right on our website along with some more info. Close to 300 people died in multiple bombings on Easter in Sri Lanka. Ahead on Action News at 5, could this mean more deadly terror attacks? And Governor Jay Inslee, running his presidential campaign on climate change, will tell you why some say he's not doing enough in running our state. We've been spoiled with some great weather days lately. Will they continue? Here's a live look outside, courtesy of the Legends Casino Hotel Tower Cam. Mike will have the storm tracker forecast ahead on Action News. And there's an easy way to connect with KIMA. If you've got a photo you want to send us or a video of something happening we should see, get it to us using Chime In, the link right on KIMATV.com under the News tab. You can also use Chime In through our app.
Injured in a car wreck?
Here's what you need to know.
Call the Car Wreck Pro from the start.
You heard right.
Call the heavy hitter at 853-2222. I'm attorney Mariana Morales. Helping you is what I do.
Call 853-2222.
Lucky Number Tuesday just got better at your local Buy Mart. Win it or buy it every Tuesday. This week, thousands will win a pack of Little Trees car fresheners. Plus, many more will win other great items from Whistler, Cuisinart, RCA, and more. And it gets even better. You can save on all these items with special one-day-only sale pricing on Tuesday. Shop, save, and win with great prizes and incredible one-day savings every Lucky Number Tuesday at Bi-Mart.
It's spring, and the weather is finally starting to get good. Almost as good as the deals going on at Pingree Ford right now. You'll love it. New 2018 Ford F-150 trucks still have huge manufacturer rebates. And all 2018 cars and SUVs are at rock bottom pricing. So get out and enjoy the spring. I know we are. And while you're out, come see us and the great deals we have going on right now. We're Pingree Ford, your big new truck headquarters in Sela. Come see us today and feel the power of Pingree.
Ah, the orthopedic specialist. Seen here among the apple orchards of the Yakima Valley, he's joined by his medical team. They're experts in treating broken bones and just about any pain, sprain, or strain you have in your body. Yes, they can take care of everything from your feet to your ankles, knees, hips, back, shoulders, and hands. They're leaders in their field, and they proudly serve the Yakima Valley.
Are you a new pet owner? Maybe you've had a pet for many years. Your pet is family. Let us help you care for them. CBD is a natural product that may help with separation anxiety, pain, inflammation, and seizures. From the early active years to the senior pet needs, we are here to help you find the product best suited for your dog or cat. My husband Bob and I invite you to Mill Creek Natural Foods and Vibrant Health to learn the many benefits of CBD. Let us help you and your pet live your best healthy lives.
Here in the Yakima Valley, everybody knows everybody. In fact, I'll probably help somebody in your neighborhood, but those out-of-town lawyers, who do they know? Call me, Attorney Mariano Morales, the heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/KIMA-TV.
Almost 300 people are dead after one of the worst terror attacks worldwide since 9/11. They took place in the Sri Lankan capital of Colombo, in some cases in the middle of Easter Sunday church services. U.S. officials say several Americans were killed. Vice President Pence called it an attack against the Christian faith and affront to religious freedom. Sinclair Chief Political Correspondent Scott Thuman shows while nobody has claimed responsibility yet, experts worry this could be the beginning of a new danger.
A van containing bombs exploded before police could defuse them Monday, prompting even more panic after the Easter Sunday attacks. 9 bombings at churches and hotels, killing at least 290, injuring 500.
I spoke with the various government officials that we are working with in Sri Lanka.
Several Americans were reportedly killed in the blasts at spots frequented by Westerners. The Atlantic Council's Matthew Krennic, visiting Sri Lanka for work, stayed just last month at one of the hotels targeted.
It really hits home. I can still remember some of the servers who would greet us there in the morning, and I remember asking when I was there about security, and they said, nothing to worry about. The Civil War has been over for 10 years. It's perfectly safe.
Now, intelligence agencies across the globe are faced with another new challenge. Whenever there are attacks like these, there is also usually an increase in cooperation between two nations. In this case, between the United States and Sri Lankan officials, both overseas and here at the embassy in Washington. Experts wonder if ISIS or Al-Qaeda are spreading now to other areas.
The idea that an organization that is less than 5 years old managed to execute a synchronous multiple attack is highly unlikely.
Religious sites are often targets, like the attack on mosques in New Zealand last month, 50 killed by a suspected white supremacist, or in Pittsburgh last year, where 11 people were gunned down at a synagogue by an alleged anti-Semite. These Easter bombings instilling now more fear.
For the past year, everybody's been saying terrorism and insurgency is behind us. What this event shows is that there could be a terror attack tomorrow in New York or Washington, D.C., in which case everybody's going to be very focused again on terrorism.
In Washington, D.C., Scott Thuman, Action News.